I'm David Wood. I'm curator of the Concord Museum. Napoleon Bonaparte once remarked that he had rarely met with the 2 o'clock in the morning kind of courage, that is, unprepared courage. At about 2 o'clock in the morning of April 19th, 1775, Paul Revere pulled off a feat that might have impressed the emperor himself. With a gun literally held to his head, he made April fools of his captors. As soon as Paul Revere made it to Charlestown at the beginning of his famous alarm ride, he was informed that there were 9 officers out on the road to Concord. Revere encountered some of them almost immediately, but escaped at a gallop and made his way to Lexington. He then continued on toward Concord in company with William Dawes and Samuel Prescott, but was arrested by 6 of those officers with their pistols in their hands. One of them clapped his pistol to my head and said he was going to ask me some questions, and if I did not tell the truth, he would blow my brains out. This is the sort of pistol that an officer would carry in 1775, not government issue, but a private purchase because officers outfitted themselves. This one, it's English, but it's a little French in styling. And it includes the lurid detail of 2 severed heads and the scimitar that did the work. So it was with a pistol like this held to his head that Revere told the officer, I had alarmed the company all the way up and I should have 500 men there soon. Now, it would be presumptuous to call Paul Revere a liar, but 500 is something of an exaggeration. There were perhaps 60 provincial troops gathered in Lexington 2 hours later, but it would be almost 8 hours before the alarm collected as many as 500 provincials together. But the ploy worked. Revere was released, only to head straight back into harm's way. He was on Lexington Green when the firing broke out. Interestingly, Major Pitcairn reported to General Gage that near 3 in the morning, when we were advanced within about 2 miles of Lexington, intelligence was received that about 500 men in arms were assembled, determined to oppose the king's troops. There's no way to prove it, but it certainly seems that the source of that false intelligence was Paul Revere. April Fool.